At this point, if you've been following this channel, you're probably sick of me saying that Wes Anderson is my favorite director. I've been groaned at, laughed at for that take, but I really can't help it. There's a reason why he's a household name by now, and that being there's no other filmmaker working right now who makes movies like he does. He is committed to his style, unique with his presentation, and there are very few who put this much effort and style and commitment into their art. Every time I watch a new Wes Anderson movie, I feel like I'm immediately transported to a new world that everyone just loves so very much. And for me, because of that, every one of his movies have so much charm to them. There isn't a single one of his movies where I've watched them and just immediately thought to myself, that person is just phoning it in. It seems like they didn't want to put in the work. I think where Asteroid City differs from Wes Anderson's other movies is that he makes the setting the main character here. The city all throughout this movie is given so much depth and character, but they're still given the proper Wes Anderson treatment. This movie even feels very meta at points, which I thought was such a breath of fresh air if I'm being honest. For example, one of the earliest jokes is just a sign that says, "Ramp closed indefinitely," and it's a ramp that's not even finished, not even condemned. There's also a Roadrunner bird that pops in and out of the movie and even goes, "Meep meep." Both of those are just classic Wes Anderson. Especially the Roadrunner, because I've always described his movies as live-action Looney Tunes cartoons. The city feels anything but lived in, and whereas I can see how that might turn off some people because there's not a lot going on in the foreground, I love it because that way it feels more unique and stylistic. To me, how this looks and how the setting is presented, this feels like Wes's version of a 1950s style western mixed with sci-fi, and it's still also a hangout movie. Asteroid City is a lot quieter and surface level than a lot of Wes's films. In fact, I think this might even be his most quiet. But within that calming nature, it's very easy to tell that Wes very clearly has a lot to say about life and existentialism, which is obviously nothing we haven't heard before, but the way Wes goes about it feels very thought-provoking and emotional. It's very clear that a lot of thought and carefulness went into delivering those messages. And I feel like a lot of that emotion also elevates with Alexandre Desplat's score as well. Desplat has been Anderson's go-to composer for a while now, and Anderson has usually found a way to incorporate music in every scene of his movies, but in Asteroid City, Desplat's music is so calming and wholesome, a lot of the music in of itself feels like a warm hug. But again, there isn't a whole lot of music happening in this movie, but when it does happen, it feels appropriate and adds a lot to those emotional elements. And of course, I gotta talk about the performances. They're all great. Wes always knows how to get great performances from his actors. My favorites were Jason Schwartzman, who was the best he's been since Rushmore, Scarlett Johansson, who was perfect for this Wes Anderson-y world, but I think my favorite was Maya Hawke, which I know people haven't been talking about her performance when talking about this movie, but she ate up every second she was on screen for me. So yeah, overall I really love Asteroid City. I think I like French Dispatch more, but we'll see after more viewings. It's dank. Of course it's dank. It's my favorite director. Go see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here are my socials if you want to connect with me, and please subscribe. Alright, bye-bye.